Bird?
Yeah, ready when you are.
Oh, it's uncensored. If you have swearing, go for it, by the way.
Fuck. What's my motivation?
Your tree.
Yeah. You make me happy. I'd be very appreciative.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Super cool radio.
All right, well, that's a great way to start this interview. Hello, everyone. It is Super Cool Radio. I got some phenomenal guests who I'm super excited to have on the podcast. Been following them for a while. I'm excited to chat with them here at Motoblot. Please welcome the Chop Tops.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
It is very nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much
Likewise.
for your time. And obviously, we got a lot discussed. Obviously, you got the new record. You got some reunion shows. You guys have been very busy
Boom.
this year. So I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to dive into it. So what kind of like sparked the reunion tour, the record? Like what kind of kicked that off?
Shelby, go ahead.
When we ended 10 years ago, we had been working on a new record. And so Senator and I were, it was a last show and we were driving home. And he was saying, well, it's a shame that, we didn't finish the album, put it up. And I said, well, we can maybe do a Beatles kind of thing where the album goes on tour while we sit at home, and it, it was a thought and then it just went away and then years went by. Then he contacted me and how many years later would that be?
Well, we were working on it since, I don't know, we were working on the material on the road for the last few years. So, well, with Brett too, actually some of it carried over from just before Brett left.
Yeah.
And then
I left 2 years prior.
About 2 years before we were finished, but we had songs that he was working on with us that made it on this album. Songs that went back to before that shit. One is from like 99.
Yeah, that's right. He sent me over a old recording. And
You're
I'm
like,
like,
what?
oh, what's this? He's like, dude, that's you and Shelby. You did that years
In
ago.
2004. Yeah, you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's a outtake. So we really were talking about it kind of just after we retired, and then you moved out here to Chicago, and then we started to pick it up remotely from there. So I would say around 2-3 years ago, 2013, we started really, really approaching it aggressively.
And kind of going along with that, so obviously from the time, from 2013 up until now, 2025, did you ever think you're going to release the album or you're going to perform shows again as the lineup?
And I said 13, I misspoke, 2023, my bad.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of years back is when we really started aggressively practicing the album.
My bad. Let me rephrase that. So when you guys had the last show together, now up until now, was there ever a thought in your mind hey, I want to get back together with these guys, record music, and perform shows again?
Well, the last show was in 2015 at a festival in Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, and that was the 8th time we played it, and we really had no concept of playing again. We were content to just, after 20 years of playing, leave it where it was. But then when Brett and Shelby and I all started talking and getting geared up to do this album, we looked at the timeline and we're like, okay, 2015, when we stopped playing from 95 to 15, that was 20 years. And then 2025 is when this album's going to come out. In April 2025, we're going to do a release of the album, January. But in April, we had the opportunity to do this festival. This promoter, Tom Ingram, had been hitting us up every year almost, from 15 all the way up to getting us in 25. And then we're like, why not do a few more dates throughout the States? So, we heard from Fletch here for Motoblot. We heard from a lot of good people. We're going to be a Hot Rod Rock and Rumble in Colorado. So we heard from Larry out there. A lot of people expressed interest, but we wanted to keep it a small, powerful, more bang for your buck, few shows. So it's 8 shows is what it turned into. We had no plans to do it though. It just worked out.
Brian, well, I'm glad I get to see you guys live. So I did kind of want to, obviously you got the album right here. I did want to kind of focus on that now. So Fabrikate. Oh, let me hold.
You just flew.
I used to be a hand model, so
Nice.
No wonder your hands look so good.
yep, moisturized. All right, so
With what?
You're going to be able to edit all this out, right?
cocoa butter, if anyone wants to know.
Brett, maybe we should leave.
So this is super cool radio after dark, even though it's like noon.
Right. Age restriction on this one.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
You got to ask your mother to watch this.
Oh, man.
We're not even going to get anything like important. We're just going to be talking about this.
Bullshit. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't want to take too much time, but I do want to talk about the new album, Fabrikate. So I'm kind of curious, so if anyone has not checked this out, like, how would you describe it? Like, what can they expect? Brett?
You're like, I don't know.
It's a mixture of a lot of things, you know. There's some good surf songs, spaghetti western, to classic Eddie Cochran type style blues, to even some like folk and bluegrass. So, and it's just a pretty good mix. And then we even do like a Dead Kennedys cover on there as well. Police Truck, that's on the vinyl only right now.
Kind of going along with that. So, like, I've listened to this album and obviously your previous albums, and there's definitely a lot more variety with it.
Yeah,
I think, like, I love the blues. Like, you guys play blues really well. Like, I was like, not done undercut like your seal, but I was very impressed. Like, I was not expecting that, and I was very impressed.
You know, we someone down south, I don't remember what publication it was, said we sounded like the punk rock Fabulous Thunderbirds, which I thought was really cool because that's a great band, you know. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of what the Ramones Fabulous Thunderbirds. I was like, wow, that's pretty epic. But yeah, we mix it up, like Brett was just saying, man. This album was all over the place. It was eclectic, and it's cool. We did another album on Rolling Rock Records, the Blasters' first label. It was a huge honor. We won a Battle of the Bands, and we did an album that was called Always Wild, our third release, second album, technically. And that was very eclectic as well, but it didn't have as much edgy punk component as this one.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we picked that slack up.
Right, but you could see the shape of things to come by the last song, The Sicilian.
Or My Last Ride,
Right, and
Yeah.
My Last Ride.
On
Yeah,
that
that
album.
we were headed into,
more psycho, more
Right.
Yep.
punk. Yeah, totally.
other than like bands, they're playing one type of music and then they see a new genre or a new sound in that genre coming up and then they
hop on
leapfrog
it,
Yeah, we never did that.
No.
We
No,
just
no,
did
no.
whatever. We never went, oh, so-and-so, like Deadly Love was produced by Kim Necro of the Necromatics.
Yep.
We never decided, oh, we're going to sound now like the Necromatics.
No.
Yeah, no pop punk for you guys.
No, not at all. More first wave, second wave, surf skate, thrash, hardcore punk was kind of our influences.
Yeah.
With that being said, there's a lot of great, cool new punk out there too that we dig too. Pennywise, etc. Face to Face, who we're playing with.
Oh yeah,
And there's a lot of really cool stuff. My brother plays in the Avengers. Joel, love you, bro. There's a lot of cool next wave punk. Avengers is old school punk, but he plays in a lot of cool bands. So, but to Shelby's point, it's true. We started in '95. We won that Battle of the Bands in '99 to get on Rolling Rock. Recorded that album to release in 2000, and it had some edgy stuff on it. And back then, we were playing Misfits' American Nightmare. We were playing AC/DC's I'm a Rocker. That was like the swing revival era. So for a band to be doing stuff like that, that was a risk, but people liked it.
Right.
It resonated,
Oh, definitely, for sure. And it just shows like the evolution of the band. I think this is like, if I had to pick like something that encompasses all of your guys' influences and styles, this is like the perfect album for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Yeah, because we were, when you record an album or you bring songs to the table, you often wonder, well, how are people going to react to this? I mean, there's, kind of songs that are bluegrassy. There's a mandolin playing, and we never had that on albums. But you can't worry about that. You just kind of do what you do and you hope they come along. And I think they have come along.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I don't think you guys would be performing 8 shows this year if people like you didn't know like, oh, the Chop Tops are back,
Right.
and did nothing.
It
Like,
would be one show at most. Right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
No, I could see like even just on like the online presence that like it shows like you guys are getting great reception. I'm really happy. I feel like you guys really like even with all your albums, but like especially with this one, it just feels like you guys put like everything into it.
Well, it's probably because the last album you probably ever hear.
Yeah. Well,
That makes sense.
This is number 7.
Yeah, right.
The plan is this is it. So yeah, we definitely put our backbone into it, and after 10 years, it was like, all right, let's let it fly.
Oh, for sure. All right. I got just a few more fun questions, and then we'll be heading out because obviously you guys are going to be busy. I'm busy rocking out to you guys and all the great bands. So I'm curious. It's like a 2-part question. So favorite song off Fabrikate and favorite song to perform live in the set tonight.
That's a good one.
What do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I really like our rendition of Police Truck. Yeah, and we'll be playing that tonight.
Yeah. I think you took the words out of my mouth. Title track Fabrikate. It's a pretty cool one. It was written with the movie Christine in mind, and it's about
That makes a lot of sense now.
motorcycles and hot rod fabricators, people who get lost in a trance, wrenching and building this thing from a rust bucket up to exactly what they want, a rat rod or a killer looking, chopper, whatever they're making, and becoming obsessed and lost in it. So we're kind of an anthem band for that culture. So it's nice to put that out there. So I would say one of those two.
Shelby, how about for you?
I would probably go with, it goes back and forth, right? Because when we first put the album out, you go, I like this song. But then as time goes on, then you go, well, I kind of like that one too. So I'd have to say right now is our cover of a Police Truck by DK. And it's totally different. I mean, Center could tell you that he talked with Jello.
Yep.
And Jello was saying, hey, if you're going to cover it, make it your own. Don't copy what we did.
Jello and East Bay Ray. That was generally the consensus. If you do it, make it your own. And we did that. Absolutely.
Well, I've not heard your guys' version yet, so I'm excited.
Rad.
I'm a huge Dead Kennedys fan, so I'm excited to see what kind of unique spin you guys have on this song.
Awesome.
All right, so now one final question, probably the most challenging question, but I am curious for each of you guys. So obviously, Chop Tops, you got a great legacy of phenomenal music, stage shows, and all of that. So I'm kind of curious for each of you, what is your favorite moment or memory from the Chop Tops?
That's a lot of years
Yeah,
that
I know, yeah.
cycle through,
Yeah. I would say for me, it's always been playing with people who soundtracked our summers when we were kids, who build up our record collections. So I would have to go with some of the bands we opened up for. One year at a kind of birthday party thing I threw at a club in San Jose, the Cactus Club, we had Gene Vincent's original Blue Caps. We got to play with them. That was amazing. One year we got to open up for Chuck Berry.
Yeah,
that was amazing to a lot of people. One year, several times we got to play with Dick Dale, the king of surf guitar, Link Wray. So, again, this isn't name dropping. This is like beyond an honor for us. To me, that was the most amazing part of playing when we toured.
Yeah, I pretty much said what I would say,
Well, Shelby, how about for you, though?
I think is the second time we went to Australia, because the first time we went, I mean, there were some people that knew in the different cities we were in who we were. But it was when we came back the second time, word had got around and we were in Brisbane and people were just going crazy. And there was this huge line at the merch table. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you're in another country. And it was like kind of mind blowing that, people are 16 hours away are digging the music.
Yeah.
And huge shout out on that vein to Fitzy and to Lori Lee. Thank you both. They took a big chance. Fitzy primarily took a huge chance the first time we went to Australia. He just liked our sound and saw we were working hard and brought us over, and we totally resonated with that audience. Like the Aussie audience was like made to order for our type of music. It was rad.
Yeah.
It's fucking rad. And Lori Lee backed him up and took us on at one of her killer festivals, Grease Fest. Autumn Fest and Grease Fest. Some of the best times we ever had.
And we would like to thank the custom agents for not catching us the first time, sneaking into the country without green cards.
Thank you very much. If we come back, we will also hope for the same treatment. No, you're good.
Yeah, got to be careful with immigration nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very relevant topic. Anyway, before we get too sidetracked,
Right.
but thank you guys so much. I
you.
really appreciate your time. I appreciate chatting with you guys about all things the Chop Tops, and it was great and an honor to meet you guys.
Thank you, man.
Likewise, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So please check out Support the Chop Tops. I think you got a few more dates
A few
left.
more.
Yeah, we're halfway, right?
Yeah,
We have
got
LA
Anaheim,
next.
LA,
Colorado,
Colorado, and then home.
two
Yeah,
Santa
Two at
Cruz.
home, two in her hometown. Friday and Saturday night in December, and that finishes it.
Wow.
There is interest in a third Australian tour. We'll see if that happens or not. That would be next year. We're not saying one way or the other, but there's some flattering offers. And there's also interest in some northern countries up in Europe. And we never broke the European market. We did 30 U.S. tours, including the small tours and the long ones. And we did 2 Australian tours. So 2026 might see us go to some new places. But that'll be put a fork in us done after that, if we do that.
We'll see what happens with the Chop Tops. The only thing for sure is nothing is for sure. But at least for US, yeah, obviously make sure to see them live before the end of December. But
Right.
for all the Chop Tops, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio from Motoblot. And remember, stay frosty.
Super cool radio rules.